is happening, fellow fantasy GMs? I am JJ Wang. He is the bearded one, DJ Dove. And with our powers combined, we are the Fantasy Couriers.
Okay, this is the week that, I don't know if I'm super fond of. We spend all year talking about fantasy football, and then it's week 13. The regular season is almost done. We got a couple teams that might be doomed and not going to the playoffs. Got some teams going to the playoffs, but it's like all this hard work, and this is where we are. How you feeling right now, JJ Wang? How you feeling in your season?
I feel good. I've got more teams doing better than bad teams. So, I guess that when going into the season, I got my cat again attacking me, so it just never stops. I got more teams fighting for the playoffs than not. So, when you're going into the season, of course, when you got this many teams like we do, that's really all you can ask for. If you're going better than 50 Cent fighting for the playoffs, 50%, not 50 Cent. Great rapper, but I don't know. It is a fantasy. But yeah, I feel good this year. I feel better than I thought I was going to feel in the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year was not so polite to me, but I think my team has finally come around.
It's been a nice couple of weeks for me. I've had some hot weeks. I got basically what I've learned is don't put any teams on Yahoo. My Yahoo teams have been doing terrible. And if I'm on Sleeper, everything as of now, and everybody, we're recording this prior to the Sunday night game, everything right now is green. And all my MFL things are green. And the cool thing is I qualified for the second round of the Scott Fish Bowl playoffs. I survived. Don't know about this week.
We got one team on the ESPN app that is just absolutely murdering me. I'm on a 9-game winning streak. I am the defending champion. Started out, like I said, the season like I didn't think I was going to play well at all. And this is a team that I actually got auto drafted. I kind of forgot about it. Auto drafted me, and I'm not gonna lie. I think I just might go auto draft permanently for that league. It does better than what I do when I pick them. So,
remember, also, you didn't do it back in the day. Back in the day, what you would do is you would literally rank all of your players, and then you'd wake up the next day to see how it went. The computer did everything. Everybody just ranked their players, and that really stunk. It took away some of the fun of the draft and whatnot. But it didn't allow us to mess ourselves up as we got into that probably as well. Out of curiosity, mainly because I don't know, my fantasy Surf Force team is putrid. I am next to last. How are we doing?
Not bad.
So we're doing bad too. So you're telling me we're gonna have to return that beautiful belt that is somewhere in somewhere.
It's not staying with us this year. No.
Yeah, I'll send it back to Corey. Yeah, my team, I've been injury shellacked, and this week some of my injured guys came back as other ones fell down.
I've just been terrible.
So yeah, it's been a cool week though. We've been we've tried this new. If you're watching us, it's kind of cool. If you want to see something different on the Spotify, we have a background now. I'm feeling kind of professional. We're learning. I've been connecting and figuring out things on the Riverside, which has been doing a cool job of using the platform. It's a platform like any podcasters can use. So I've been enjoying that. So if you're looking to get into podcasting, check out riverside.com. But it was a crazy week 13. Actually, across the board, I was looking. Scoring was down this week, which was interesting. I had some teams that I was like, man, my super teams are scoring lower, but then pretty much everybody else scored lower, and it really started with a huge injury. I don't think you're mentioning him. You talking about Amon later?
Oh, no, you can bring him up. Yeah, that's fine.
But that was, talk about a way to start a fantasy week. Yeah, anybody who had Amon St. Brown, literally Thanksgiving Day, first game, first quarter, big old goose egg.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I got a dynasty league where I'm playing the number 1 seed. He's only lost 1 game all year. I'm the number 2 seed. And of course, I have Amon Ra. So I got 0 points there. I am still projected to win. It's going to come. Wow. I need Jackson Dart returning tonight. I need Jackson Dart to put up, a good game.
Against the Patriots.
If he can just give me his projected points, and then it's also an IDL. Is it IDL? Is that what it is? Individual D. Yeah. So I need my defensive.
IDF, that's Israeli defensive forces.
Yeah. I need my defensive player to just do what they're projected, and I can knock off the number 1 seed. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, Amon Ra is gonna. He's working towards helping me get a bye in Bourbon
Yep.
because I'm going against the defending champ, and he had Amon Ra, and it just was a big kick in the butt. And yeah, so I was kind of excited for that. And I love like week 15. My goal is to not have to play games. I can sort of relax for a week. I don't think that's going to happen in a handful of leagues, but it's better than some of the other leagues where there won't be anybody playing, as we mentioned with Fantasy Turf War, where the defending champ time is going to be down. So the one thing I do, anybody who's listening, do us a favor. We do this every week the rest of the year. If you're a team that's done and you're done in a few weeks, keep listening. Jump into a dynasty league. We'll be promoting dynasty. We'll be talking about college players. We're talking about best ball coming up in the spring. At that point, I'm probably not. This is probably the last time I'm going to mention this company of Fast Draft. I'll hit Fast Draft up in the spring. Let's get into some best ball stuff in the spring, doing them through Fast Draft right now. Let's get through the season. Let's get there. They said they will support us forever because they lose nothing by us saying their name every time we pop on. They only help us if anybody joins, and so far, I'm taking a break from promoting Fast Draft. Let's just put it that way. So if anybody wants to join Fast Draft, that'd be awesome, and I will promote it, and I will say your name, and I'll put it in honor of you. But yeah, keep listening to us throughout the year. We're going to jump in January talking about the NFL playoffs, talking about guys who made us a great year, guys who were kind of duddy, looking at the future, work at guys land, and we'll go all the way through. We don't take a break because the NFL does not have an off season unless you really count those like 3 weeks in July when everybody does something stupid. So otherwise, the NFL doesn't have an off season throughout the year. It keeps going. Those guys are working out, not really practicing. They're working out. They're signing contracts. They're making lots of money, doing lots of endorsements. But they will be there. We will be there. And with all of that, it is time for a little bit of JJ.
And pay.
My wife let me put the picture of my son and I at Metallica on our Christmas card.
Oh, nice.
I was like, it's so cool.
Yeah, so we're pleasure and pain today. I'm going to run through these a little quicker than I probably normally do. We'll see how it works out. First guy I want to talk about is Bryce Young. Really good game today. Looks like he was 15 for 20 for 206 yards, 3 touchdowns. They beat the Rams. So I mean, they're coming into the week. The Rams were talked about as being the best team in the league. Stafford didn't really do what Stafford normally does. Had kind of a subpar game. We'll talk about another guy here in a little bit later. But Bryce Young, probably one of his better games of the year. Bryce Young's been okay. I mean, he's currently a QB2, right? Low end, it's like kind of like QB20. So at least he's not outside, the top 24. At least he's worked his way inside. Probably still not what you want, from Bryce Young, or kind of what you thought you might have gotten. Well, this is probably what you might have thought you probably would have gotten.
You got better.
Yeah, probably a little surprised. Listen, he hasn't gotten worse. So I mean that's a positive. I think the Panthers are a little better this year than they have been. Your boy Chuba Hubbard finally had a good game, but I mean probably not starting him at this point. So it's really no help. But looking forward to Bryce Young. I mean, it's not so much about fantasy, but I mean, coming up in his 4th year, that's about the year you start giving these guys their extensions for the teams. Do you think it's wise for Carolina to? And I know it's quarterback, and you've got a quarterback. You typically are going to give them the bag, but do you think it's wise for Carolina to give Bryce Young a lot of money, or would you just let him play through the 5 years and just, hey man, you've got to prove to me, you're worth it?
I'd let him. Didn't Joe Flacco play through a contract to prove himself, and then he made a boat ton of money because he played well? I think I'd make him do that. Like I would pick up. He's the number 1 pick. Pick up the 5th-year option. See what you got, because it's always the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. Because say they get rid of Bryce Young, what are they going to do? Are they going to sign Mac Jones? Are they going to sign whoever the 49ers backup is next year? Who are they going to sign that they don't know? And he's shown signs this year. He's just not consistent. He now has 3 really good receivers. I have a feeling Dowdle and Hubbard are going to be a duo next year. The tight end's growing up, and the defense is learning. So if they draft a couple hiccups there, a couple linemen to put in there, I mean, Carolina's 7-6. They've already exceeded expectations. I have a feeling they probably missed the playoffs by a game, one or two games. They probably missed the playoffs just because of inconsistency. But I mean, my goodness, they took up like the Rams are my Super Bowl pick. Matt Stafford had a bad week, and it's pretty. He's having a great year when your bad week is what 243 and 2 touchdowns. The 2 pickles were the problem, but you're having a pretty good year when that's your bad week. Like I literally actually started Matt Stafford over Josh Allen this week.
Yeah, I mean,
because he's been so good, and I think it paid off. I didn't look good.
I think
But I
Josh
don't think that's
Allen
because we.
put up a few more points there at the end of the game. I think he had a touchdown pass. I think he ended up scoring
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than Matt Stafford, but it was looking rough for Josh Allen there for a while. I mean, they were in control of the game from what it looks like most of the time.
Oh yeah, it wasn't even close.
But so I got two old guys. I don't know how much longer they're going to be in the league. They still surprise. I mean, both of them are career backups, but when they come in, they do perform. I mean, it's crazy. I never thought that neither one of these guys would be great in the NFL. That's Tyrod Taylor. Just always seems to be there, and whenever you need him, you can kind of rely on him. Today, Jets beat Atlanta. It's not like Atlanta's all that great, but the Jets winning, they look better than what Justin Fields was doing. I'm not going to bring him up, but Adnan Mitchell had a monster game.
Yeah, he did.
So
Well,
hopefully that can continue. Our boy Mechie, not so much. But I mean, 172 yards and a passing touchdown. Good thing about Tyrod, he can run. He had the one rushing touchdown. Being as old as he is, he can still perform. And the other guy, this is probably the most surprising, is Jacoby Brissett. This guy has just been absolutely on fire.
what's going on
He's
here?
been a top 12 quarterback. Well, he's been inside the top 12 since week 6. So, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Kyler Murray wasn't doing this. I mean, Kyler Murray looked terrible. Brissett comes in, looks absolutely amazing. Um, let's say you've got somebody like Sam Darnold who's been okay pretty much throughout the whole year, or even let's say somebody like Tua. I was going to bring Tua up here, so I'll just throw him in there. Tua's been really, really bad. I mean, he hasn't been good. We're going to start Brissett over both of them guys, considering he's on a heater right now, right?
I didn't think we would. I believe we talked about the Tuesday on the Turf War show, like Brissett, and I was thinking he was gonna poof. But I guess this is the test. He played the Bucks. The Bucks are a good defense, and he still killed it. Yeah, Brissett right now, he is a fringe like confident. I mean, he is a quarterback one scoring wise, but he's a fringe confident starting QB1 going into the stinking playoffs. If you're a two QB league, you're getting into the playoffs because you somehow pulled him off waivers that week when everybody said, "Dude, this isn't happening again." I said, yeah, he's going to be good that week. He's going to drop the ball the rest of the year. I have a feeling, I would think that he's earned himself a couple year like a Geno Smith type contract with the Cardinals to move forward as their lead quarterback / bridge in like 2 years. Like they're going to let him play through, teach Harrison how to play ball, let Michael Wilson grow up and get ready for the next regime or whatnot. But I mean, don't you think he's earned a starting
Sure. So let's get a little braver. Let's bring up Lamar Jackson. Say we're in a one quarterback league. Lamar Jackson has had one top 10 performance since week 4. He has been absolutely dreadful the last 3 weeks. He's been outside top 24 quarterbacks. So you're in a one quarterback league, Brissett your backup. Would you be confident enough to put Brissett in over Lamar Jackson?
Let's put it this way. On my team that's really good, I'm still going to score. My team's so good, I'm going to score the top scorer, I think, for the week. I started Tua and Lamar Jackson. On my team, I should have started Kirk Cousins and Shedeur Sanders. Currently, I don't think I can do it. I've got Shedeur starting next week against Vegas over Lamar versus the Steelers because Lamar has looked putrid. I don't know what's going on. I think Lamar, he might have barely, I forget which one, I don't have my phone nearby. Him and Tua were stinking close, and they were both utterly terrible when they should have been good against terrible teams. Both those guys are on my list. I mean, Tua has the Jets coming up, so maybe it's a get-right game. Lamar has the Steelers, who their defense is pretty good, and the way he's playing, he'll probably throw like 4 pick sixes. I don't know, but Brissett, I'd start him over both of them, right? I mean, week 14 it's so hard. Like
Sure.
you got Lamar. If you drafted Lamar in a redraft, you're talking barring somewhere. I got him in a later in a redraft, like 4th or 5th round. Some people took him earlier.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean,
I'm starting Jackson Dart right now over Lamar.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, Lamar's scaring me right now. I need Lamar. I got a championship team that I've got, and Lamar Jackson's on. I needed him before him. He's really been probably one of the bigger disappointments throughout the whole year. All right, moving to running back. Two running backs we didn't think were going to amount to much. We got Calvin Unguy, your boy of the Bears. Let's see what he had. He had 130 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Swift also good game, 125 yards and a touchdown. Of course, this was Friday game, I believe. So really good game there. He's been playing really well. I didn't see it coming. You were right about him. Kind of surprised a little bit. He's kind of moving into your lineup. I don't know.
Moving into your lineup. He's in my lineup.
But I mean, but still, it's still obviously a timeshare. So I mean, you got to be a little careful there. The Bears are playing really good, and the other guy's Kamani Vidal. I think this is probably a little bigger surprise. I mean, Omarion Hampton was expected to be the guy. He got hurt a little. I mean, he's gotten hurt. He hasn't come back. So with both of these guys, I'm not sure if Hampton's even going to come back. So you need a flex guy, and your running backs are set. Which one of these guys are you going to use as your flex running back?
Manungai. It's not even a. I love Manungai. The Bears
currently. With no Hampton and Vidal as the RB1, and he's had some really monster games. I mean, he's been really impressive.
He's had some really terrible games.
Yeah, too. Absolutely. And then Manungai as a timeshare running back, you don't know what you're going to get as far as like carries go. You're still going to take Manungai over Vidal?
I'm looking at Vidal last week against Tennessee, 12 for 30. Week before, good game against Pittsburgh. Against the Jaguars, 5 for 13. A good game. So it's an alternating game. Manungai's been scoring touchdowns. I pulled up Vidal real quick.
Okay,
Manungai's been scoring touchdowns.
Manungai was RB3 1 week, RB29, RB24, RB20, and then RB6. And before all those games, he was an RB51. So it's not like Manungai has been like a top 12 running back any more than Vidal has, correct?
Yeah, no, but it's one of those that I think they're so close now, like Manungai.
Yeah, you just think Manungai better. Yeah.
It's a better offense. Let's see. I think the Chargers have. I'm pulling up too much stuff here to think. I'm guessing the Chargers have to play the Broncos in the next coming weeks. They have to, I mean, they got to play the Chiefs coming up, whose defense isn't as good. The Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Texans, and the Broncos. So those are not cupcake games. I mean, the easiest game is probably the Eagles next week. Of those 5 teams, if you look at it, the Chiefs. I mean, we don't know what they are, but the Bears. They got Murderers Row as well coming up. So I don't know. I think you whichever guy you got that you like, to be 100% honest. I think Vidal a few weeks ago, he was droppable. Like people were like, dude, I'm dropping him because I mean Hampton I think will be back in the next week or two. But you're also going to be like getting Hampton back and having to play him week 1 in the playoffs. Yeah. That sucks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah,
by the way, Manungai though, Dynasty, grab him because I was just looking up. DeAndre Swift has a $1 million buyout this offseason.
All right, 2 guys that have been super disappointing. They're still high in RB2s, but I mean it's not really what you expected. That's Saquon Barkley. Another subpar game, just been dreadful again. This goes to show you that once a guy coming into the season the previous year having 400 touches, I mean they're just not safe. And then the other guy is the Raiders' Ashton Jeanty. I mean this guy was a top 50 pick. Everybody just loved this guy. Now the Raiders are absolutely dreadful. I mean that doesn't help at all. But Jeanty hasn't looked good. I think he's had like 1 good game over the last 4 or 5 weeks. I mean I'm not really sure, but it hasn't been great. I know you're still going to keep Jeanty, but I mean, coming into the offseason, are you going to try to get away from Saquon Barkley? I mean, is that what you're going to try to do? I mean, probably at this point, you could move on, right?
It's a tough thing because he could bounce back in a year. Barkley's gonna be what, 29?
Yeah, probably
I was
so.
pulling a
Yeah,
boat up. I just went over to Jen
let me
from
see.
there.
You can continue talking. I'll try to find him.
I think Barkley has another good one. I think this year is going to be the year that usually those guys will like have that down year and then have that sort of boom back. Think of like McCaffrey. Every other year he's good. So next year don't get McCaffrey. I think Barkley could bounce back next year because I mean the Eagles in
29.
and of
He'll be
themselves.
29 next year. Yeah.
We're trying to say. I think one more year you got out of him. So if you can sell him, heck yeah, sell him. He's still Saquon Barkley. You're going to get something good for Saquon Barkley. But if you can't, if you're selling him for pennies on the dollar, you might as well get that last year out of him and see what you can get. Genty, I mean, heck, I would be tempted to sell Genty.
Yeah,
He's
I would think
still
the
a
same
first
thing.
year.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of him coming into the league, and then he goes to the Raiders. Let's make it even more of a putrid misery. I mean, he had 109 yards over the last 3 games total. Over the last 4 games, let's make it 159 yards. Over the last 5 games, a grand total of 190 yards over the last 5 games total rushing. And he's a Raider. They're going to draft a quarterback. So not only are they going to have him who didn't perform, a bad line and a rookie quarterback, dude, that doesn't bode well for Genty. So I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
I'd see if you can sell the hype.
I'm kind of on board with you there. I was going to try to bring that up, but you beat me to it. Yeah, that's a good call. All right, moving to wide receiver. I mean, I don't want to say it. I mean, this is going to be hard. AJ Brown, 2 really, really big games in a row. I mean, we're talking 110 yards and a touchdown last week, 132 yards and 2 touchdowns this week. We've been out on AJ Brown. We've been really, really scared. I mean, at one point we were burying him, not in any confidence. We were like, it's time to move on. I mean, is your confidence back a little bit, or I mean, are you still teetering because the Eagles' offense just hasn't looked great, right?
It could happen. I mean, realistically, uh, since the last the last 5 games, 3 of them have been 100-yard games. So the Green Bay game was terrible with 13 yards, and it wasn't much better against Detroit. But Dallas, Chicago, Minnesota, he put up 110 plus yards in every single game and a touchdown in every single one of those games. 2 and 2 of them. I mean, I gotta hope. We don't know. I mean, but the needle's got to be pointing upward because it can't be any worse than it was earlier. I mean, earlier this year, he was on my bench. Thank God I played him this week and on my teams. It was a great Friday to show up and end up with a $132 and 2. So confidence level, it's probably up to a 7 because he is that good and he's starting to play. And I mean, it could be worse. I think you're going to mention somebody who you should hope could do better, but has been just absolutely dreadful in a second. But yeah, I think I'm at a 7. And it might be rising depending upon.
Okay.
I mean, I've got to play him. You got to play him
Yeah,
if you got
yeah,
him.
yeah,
So now you're just not wetting yourself thinking about the game.
yeah.
So
Next guy, this is a guy that got traded a few weeks back. I mean, he was pretty much done for. That's Jacoby Myers, coming over from the Raiders. He's now at Jacksonville. The last 2 weeks, I mean, they've been solid. I mean, they had 13 points in Week 12 against the Arizona Cardinals, and today he had 90 yards and a touchdown with the return of Brian Thomas. So Jacoby Myers in his 2 or 3 games, or I don't know how long he's been with them, but since he's been traded, has been better with Jacksonville than Brian Thomas has. And of course, Jacoby Myers has always been solid, nothing spectacular. But what's to say about Brian Thomas?
Brian Thomas sucks. He's such a disappointment. I mean, Jacoby Myers, he's that guy that the player you say is great for your real football team, but not excellent for fantasy.
Yeah.
I mean, he scored touchdowns the last couple weeks. So, heck yeah, Jacoby Myers. So he's been there, 3 weeks now. Brian Thomas, I don't know what the heck happened to this dude. This dude was he was to the moon. Well, I believe he might have been a Fringe first round pick this year. And I'm very glad that the only place I have him is in one dynasty league. But that being said, he's still a second year receiver dealing with injuries. We're going to talk dynasty in the offseason more. Is he a buy low candidate? Do you think he bounces back?
I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I mean, I don't know if I'd go out there and try to buy. I mean, I don't think I'm buying him. I mean,
Yeah,
I think I would.
Parker Washington is who I was buying, and
I mean, I would
today.
stay away from him. You would have to give him to me really, really cheap in order for me to buy back into Brian Thomas. All right.
I mean, Jacoby Myers even run.
Yeah. So a couple of receivers on the pain list. I want to bring up your boy Puka Nacua. Started out the season just completely on fire. Correct. I mean, he was looking like the old Nacua. I mean, he had 5 top 8 finishes. Then it started to kind of go all downhill. He's had one top 5 finish, or let's say top 15 finish since week 6. So they bring in Devontae Adams. In the beginning of the season, it looks like Puka's the man. Devontae's playing that number 2 role. But over the second half of the season, Devontae Adams has just been absolutely smoked. And Puka, I mean, he's been average at best. So is this just Devontae Adams just being the guy like he has been his whole career and just being like the number 1 alpha, and Puka not being on Devontae Adams' level, and they've got to go Devontae Adams just because he's the man, and Puka will come back to where you thought he was.
I don't like Puka's not. Devontae right now is getting all the touchdowns. That's where it's coming through. I mean, against Seattle, he had 1 reception for 1 yard and a touchdown on 8 targets. This week he only had 5 targets, but he got 2 touchdowns. Last week he got 2 touchdowns. In the last month, he has 6, 7, 8 touchdowns in the last 5 weeks. That's ridiculous. But the yardage in and of itself is only he had 1 game over 62 yards, and that was a 77-yard game. So the yardage has been there for Puka. Like I think the thing Puka is playing like low key. Oh my gosh, I had him in my head. The old Falcons guy that was really good. Oh my gosh, he would never score touchdowns.
Julio.
We talked about him all. What?
Julio.
He's playing sort of Julio ball. I mean, his last weeks have been 95, 64, 75, 97, 72, and that's not chopped liver. Plus, if you want to look up a fun highlight, look up a reel or a clip of the catch he made today. Like, he must have like beyond sticky glue in his hands. His hand was like backwards. The ball stuck in his hand as he pulled it under the arm of the defender and caught it there to score. Not to score, but to catch, make a reception. But I mean, his targets are in single digits except for the Tampa game. He gets some touchdowns in this game. I mean, the year is totally different for Puka Nacua. I mean, the dude still has 1,019 yards on 86 receptions. So it's not chopped liver. I think the thing is, the Puka bar has been up here where JSN should be, and he's been performing more like in that second tier.
JSN 2 games a day. Well, that whole Seattle offense was terrible. I guess they didn't
have to
when the defense was playing just out of this world. So speaking of Minnesota, we'll bring up Justin Jefferson. I've got 3 wide receivers here, all of them crappy. You need to start one. Who are you starting? We got DK Metcalf, we've got Roma Dunze, and Justin Jefferson. You've got to start one. They're all you have.
Roma Dunze. I'm following Caleb Williams, the youthful quarterback. Minnesota has just man. I mean, 4 yards. This is Justin Jefferson. He was supposed to be like Randy Moss 2.0. Holy crap! And the second was DK. DK's never been consistent. DK almost got in a fight today. Like, DK got a personal foul for being just grumpy. And he's got Aaron Rodgers, who's falling apart, like bleeding out of the bloody face, broken something out of his hands. Like, I think the Steelers are gonna. Tomlin might get that infamous losing season. We'll see how they end the year, but they don't look super great. So, I mean, I'm going to follow the better team. I mean, we are talking about the NFC's number 1 seed, Chicago freaking Bears.
Yeah,
so let's follow winning. That's who I'd be starting.
Let's move to tight ends. I'll bring up 2. That's about it. I wanted to give shout out to Brock Bowers. Finally showed up. But I mean, not really can't trust him at this point. Geno's absolutely dreadful. The Raiders are dreadful. The other guy, I always bring him up. I like him, but I just ask you a question, and that's Kyle Pitts. A decent game today, nothing spectacular. So this is his 5th year in the league. So he's who will probably be a free agent at the end of the year. If he re-signs with Atlanta, expect the same thing. But would you be more interested in Kyle Pitts if he goes somewhere else?
I mean, decent game. He had 82 yards.
Yeah, I mean, decent. It was good.
The thing is, there was no Drake London. Kyle Pitts teams do better when there's no Drake London. So he's a tight end.
He's a tight end. You're right. You're right.
So, I mean, he's still not going to be too expensive, depending upon your league. If you got, there's still Kyle Pitts. There's people that go, Kyle. Am I more interested? It's a loaded question. I'll say I love tight ends, so I'll look at it. And the only place I have him is in a dynasty league. Is it the devil? I mean, yeah. No, I'll say no. If I got to make a choice, no, I'm not interested. But then again, is Kyle Pitts still like a top 10 tight end? Because it's that bad.
He could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Dynasty, Dynasty is far. Yeah, I guess he could be.
I mean, he's still only 24.
Yeah, he's still young.
20. Like he's a very young 5th-year player. Like he came in very young, so he's 24, 25. Like he's super young. So it's, I'd keep my. I mean, yeah, his birthday. He just turned 25 at the beginning of October.
So I mean, if you can look at the likes of Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce was a late bloomer, and then he turned into be one of the greatest tight ends ever. I mean, if we go back and look in time, tight ends take a while to develop. So I mean, like I said, I still like Kyle Pitts. I'm a truther. Probably be with him for the rest of my life. So there you have it.
Or what tight ends do is they start strong and then die.
Yeah,
Brock Bowers.
Yeah,
although that Brock Bowers touchdown. Whew, it's right up there with that Puka. Puka's catch was better, but those are two. Everybody go check out those two highlights on your reels and whatnot. Okay.
Surefire waste of a touchdown.
Okay, only got a couple this week because scoring was down and the people that were supposed to score scored. But Surefire Waste Touchdown is sponsored by Dubby. Yum, yum, yum. Delicious energy drink. Go to dubby.gg. Use the code Couriers for 10% off. If you listen to this Sunday, they're still running their Black Friday deal, which was half off of everything. And they're running some deals, I'm sure, up until Christmas anyway. But it's a good zero sugar, none of the extra junk into it, energy drink. And it's got some fun flavors. It's a good, delicious energy drink in the day where energy drinks, coffee, we are all over caffeinated, so let's caffeine on something that's not got the extra additives in us. It's got a great formula. Put it in and enjoy. So let's get into some Surefire Waste Touchdown. I literally have 5 because I can't use AJ Brown again this week. So Dallas had a 43-yard rushing touchdown by Javonte.
No.
His name popped up almost for DFS for me, but Malik Davis, 43-yard rushing touchdown. He had a pretty good stat number for the day thanks to that. Yeah, good for him. But for the rest of us, that's a
Surefire Waste of a touchdown. Probably the only time you mention his name.
Yeah, it could be if there's a super blowout game. That's a
yeah.
14-yard pass from the returning Joe Burrow, who actually looks pretty good. We didn't mention him, but Joe looked pretty good coming back. I mean, he was playing the high school Ravens. So
Sure.
It is what it is. 14-yard touchdown pass to Jamar Chase had an awesome game. T. Higgins got his head wrong. Noah Fant, he died a couple weeks ago. He doesn't do anything anymore. Tanner Hudson, 14-yard touchdown pass. Good for you, dude, but for the rest of us, that's a
Surefire Waste of a touchdown. I was actually looking to pick him up a few weeks back. I decided against it, but it wouldn't have helped me anyway. So.
I mean, they got 4 tight ends. I mean, Gesicki, who used to be a good pass catcher.
He used to be back in the day.
He got a good deal with Cincinnati after last year. You got Sample, the blocker, who's caught some. I mean, they've all caught stinking touchdowns. Let's go to the game of the week: the Miami Dolphins versus the New Orleans Saints. Miami almost gave it away to them thanks to a 15-yard pass from Tyler Shuck to Devon Vele.
Game this week.
And it was a weird game. Like, you see the score, Miami has 21 points, and they have 21 points only because there was an interception on the 2-point conversion returned, or else it would have been 19 points. I was like, that's kind of a weird way to get to 21. But yeah, good for Vele. Liked him in Denver last year. I haven't seen much of him, but maybe something happens there on the other side of the levee. But for now, that's a
Surefire Waste of a touchdown. Yeah, I mean, there's opportunity there for him. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see who the quarterback is next year. A 2-yard rushing touchdown for our Los Angeles Rams for... we know him, but we're not starting him. That's Blake Corum. Darn it should have been Corum. But that makes it a
surefire waste of a touchdown. But I mean, I think Blake Corum is still an interesting prospect. I mean, if he stays with the Rams, well, I think he's somebody you can hold on to.
No, definitely. It'll be interesting to see because Kyron got the bag, so he might be a second contract kind of player to keep an eye on. And the last one, I love this one. This is my favorite one of the week. Baker Mayfield, 2-yard touchdown pass. 2. I can't even make a joke about anybody else because it's Tristan Wirfs, offensive lineman, all-pro lineman for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was so dude. Apparently, he reported in. There was nobody there. Baker looked over like, "Huh, cool," and just lobbed it right to Tristan Wirfs. And it's good to see him because he's been a steady, just a great lineman for all these years. So
absolutely, I mean, it's been really good. But
yeah, I mean,
it's definitely a surefire waste of a touchdown.
It's definitely for 100% sure. So, but yeah, I had to save that one for last because it made me happy. I like seeing those linemen score, although I was hoping it was going to Bucky Irving, who came back, thank goodness.
And
too late.
And he looks solid too. So I mean, I think he's somebody going for the rest of the season. I mean, you can he's definitely going to be able to help your team.
I got a team getting healthy. Bucky came back right as Amon went down. Thanks a lot, dude. So those are my guys. If you want to hear more, check out Fantasy Turf War on Tuesday with me, Susan, and Cameron, as we will talk about what happened in Week 13 going into Week 14. It's a fun night. If you want to be on the show, just log on. You can do this on the Fantasy Couriers Facebook page. It looks cool. I'm like, hey, those are our people. Or you can go through Fantasy Turf Wars on YouTube, Rumble, or X, or on their Facebook. I know now the Facebook page is being wonky, but Corey's down. There's videos on there also of Emperor penguins that Corey, who runs Fantasy Turf Wars, was within myself to the window from where I am, from an emperor penguin down in Antarctica, where it's the only fantasy league run from Antarctica. But yeah, check me out on Tuesday, 9:00 Eastern. Give us some wisdom and let's get out of here.
Yeah, I want to bring up college football. It's not really any games, but just the atmosphere of college football. So a lot of people have issues with college football, whether it's the NIL, the transfer portal. I'm not gonna lie, I have no issues with the transfer portal. I've got no issues with the NIL. The college people have been making money off of these guys for so long, not letting they've had to transfer. They would have to set out for a year. So you know what? A lot of people have complained about it, but these kids should be able to do whatever they want. I mean, does it hurt college football? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's still the same teams that are good, that have always been good. I mean, we got teams like Indiana, so that are like the number 2 team in the country. Shout out to Signet. Was it Signetti, the old JMU coach? I mean, he's just going from one guy to another, or one good team to another. So I think it might help. Vanderbilt's good. So allowing these guys to play, going to another team, not having to sit out a year, I think is fine. But my biggest issue, I don't know how much you've been keeping up with it, is the Lane Kiffin situation going on with Ole Miss. Since 2020, I think he was supposed to make a decision today. I'm not sure if he's made it or not.
LSU.
I really have
LSU.
So he is going to LSU.
He's going to Baton Rouge. Yeah. Yep.
So my issue is Lane Kiffin went to Ole Miss in 2020 and has built that team into a really, really, really good team. They're going to be like top 5 in the country. The college playoffs are starting, and so now he's accepted, due to the way the scheduling works for college football. He's accepted a coaching job for LSU, a rival for Ole Miss. Probably not going to be coaching in the college football playoffs. So this is a complete detriment to the players, as it always is. I don't mind if you want to go coach somewhere else. Fine, go coach somewhere else. But as a college football coach, you have dedicated you have dedicated yourself to these guys. And you're just going to bail on them like that. I think that is absolutely insane and is not fair to the players. I think something has to be done as far as the scheduling goes. I don't know what can happen, but I think this is just terrible for college football. I think this is far worse than the NIL. This is far worse than the transfer portal, because this is completely anti-player. These players have put everything on the line, and now you're going to bail on them, not coaching the playoffs. Something just has to be done. Any thoughts on that, real quick, before we leave?
I think it's simple. Coaches can't change. You can't sign a new coach until after the national championship game.
Yeah.
Boom. Make it like the national championship on a Monday. You can't sign a new like the college coach signing season is that Friday, and or make it a negotiations can't start till that Tuesday, like the NFL has. Like we're affecting what's going on. I mean, some of these kids come to Ole Miss to play for Lane Kiffin. They don't come to Ole Miss because they want to be. I don't even know what their mascot is now because it's not the running route. Whatever they are, they don't go to Ole Miss because they're like, oh, cool, Mississippi's a great place to go visit. I would love to go to the Deep South. No, they go because they're like, this coach has built something. I want to win, and now they're going to go to the playoffs.
Yeah,
And
so
some of the teams
why would you leave a team that you've built and go to it? I mean, LSU's been a great program. Great, I understand money. It's been a great program, but who's to say that you're going to turn LSU into something good? You wasn't able to turn USC into something good, and USC's got just as much money as LSU, if not more. So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. So, yeah. So I think something has to be done. So, as always, trust yourself and trust the process.